All right, so now that we have a solid grasp on how to solve quadratic equations, now we can actually apply sort of like real life situations to this. And there's two problems in particular that you see a lot of when it comes to quadratic equations, and that's the rectangle problem and the consecutive number problem. And so we're going to take a look at both of those. So with the rectangle problem, the first step is to go ahead and draw a picture of your rectangle. So there's my rectangle. And now just label the parts. So this says the length of the rectangle exceeds its width by 4 inches. Exceeds means bigger than. So if I make the width x, I don't know what the width is, then that means that the length is 4 more than the width. So I'm going to have x plus 4. And I know it's asking me to find the dimensions, which means length and width, if the rectangle, if its area is 96 square inches. So the area is 96. So you learned in earlier grades that the area of a rectangle is simply length times width. So if I were to write an equation, I would have my width, which is x, times my length, which is x plus 4. So here's my length times width. I've got them in the reverse order, but that doesn't matter because multiplication is commutative. So my length times my width, and that should equal my area. So now I'm going back to lesson number 5, where we taught you how to solve quadratic equations. So I'm going to start by distributing because I'm trying to get this into standard form. And I'm still not in standard form. I have to subtract 96 from both sides. And so I have x squared plus 4x minus 96 equals 0. Now I can actually solve this. So the next step is going to be to factor. This is a regular trinomial. Two numbers that multiply to negative 96 and add to 4 is going to be positive 12 and negative 8. Set both my factors equal to 0 and solve. On the left side, I'm going to get x equals negative 12, and on the right side, I'm going to get x equals positive 8. Now, x equals the width, or represents the width of my rectangle. So we can't have a negative 12 as a width. So in this problem, I'm actually going to cross out negative 12 because that doesn't make any sense as the width of the rectangle. So that tells me that my width is 8 and my length is 4 more, which is 12. And if you multiply those together, you do get 96, which is the area of the rectangle. So I'm good to go. All right, let's look at the consecutive number problem. It looks like this box wants to come along, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Goodbye. All right, so the product of two consecutive positive numbers is 16 less than 9 times the larger integer. Find the two integers algebraically. Okay, there's a lot there. Let's start breaking it down. First of all, consecutive. Consecutive is a word that means in a row. So consecutive numbers would be like 4 and 5, 11 and 12. Those are consecutive numbers. So if I wanted to, I don't have any variables here. If I wanted to, I could let x equal the first integer, because I'm looking for two integers. And then if we're talking about consecutive numbers from 5 to 6 or from 11 to 12, I just add 1 to get to the next one. So whatever the first integer is, I add 1 to it to get the second integer if we're talking about consecutive integers. Now, I will tell you, sometimes you get variation of this, which is consecutive even integers or consecutive odd integers. So that would be like 2, 4, or odd would be like 3, 5. In that case, you're going to have x for your first integer, and then you're going to have x plus 2 for the second integer, because 2 to 4 is plus 2, 3 to 5 is plus 2. Okay, then we have to translate this sentence right here. We have to translate the product of two consecutive positive integers is 16 less than 9 times the larger integer. Okay, so we have to translate this. So first of all, the product of the two. So we're multiplying them together. So that's going to be my first integer times my second integer. So I multiplied them together because it's product. Is, the word is means equal to. Now I'm at this part right here. 16 less than 9 times the larger integer. Well, the larger integer is x plus 1. So 9 times the larger integer would be 9 times x plus 1. And 16 less than that means I have to subtract 16. So the product of the two integers is 16 less than 9 times the larger integer. And once I have this, now it's a matter of solving. Step 1, get this into standard form. So I have x squared plus 1x equals 9x plus 9 minus 16. Combine like terms on the right-hand side. 9 minus 16 is negative 7. And now I have to move the 9x over here, and I also have to add the 7 to this side. Everything has to move to the left-hand side. So that leaves me with x squared minus 8x plus 7 equals 0. Factor. Two numbers that multiply to 7 and add to negative 8 are going to be negative 7 and negative 1. Solve. X minus 7 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. And I end up with 7. And I also end up with 1. So this is an interesting case where there's actually going to be two sets of answers. There's actually two pairs of consecutive integers where this sentence holds true. So one pair is my consecutive integers. So one pair is going to be 7 and 8, and the other pair is going to be 1 and 2. That doesn't happen every time. A lot of times you'll end up with one of these being negative, and then you need to go back to your sentence and realize they're asking for positive integers. But every once in a while, you do get both pairs work. And so you just have to pay attention to that and think about your final answer, and that's that.